The content on this channel is for informational and educational purposes only. Please contact your financial advisor for any financial questions you may have concerning your investments.
Guys, tell me why my mortgage went from, don't judge me here, 3,200 a month to 5,600 a month. Backstory here,
So I'm starting my day. Um, I just got some crazy news. My mortgage just went from $4,500 to $6,050, and it'll be effective March the 1st.
I didn't know that when I was building a home that I was just gonna have to pay taxes off the land, and then when the home is actually built, then you got to pay taxes on the actual home and the land, which increased my mortgage by $3,000. I didn't know that, so now my mortgage is increased by $3,000 from what.
It is always the punch that you didn't see coming that knocks you out. When it comes to taxes and insurance, that's the punch that took you out. A lot of times people focus on the insurance rate with their mortgage, as they should. But what's going on behind the scenes on the other side of that mortgage equation? If you have a homeowners association and you're going to have to pay that, that's separate from the mortgage. It's usually not baked into the mortgage. But what is baked in are points, are insurance rates. You're going to have to provide proof of insurance to your mortgage lender that the property is insured. So if anything happens, their investment is covered. Also, property taxes. Now, the example that we just saw with that last individual, it sounds like this man purchased the land and you're getting a flat tax on the acreage of that property. You're going to pay that tax. But putting a structure on that house, on that land, after the fact, increases the value of the property. What's causing it to go up 100, 200, 300%? That's wild work. We're going to have to start taking a look at what are the factors that are going into all of this. I'm going to do that right now on the Ujamaa network. I'm Antoine Anderson. Let's get to it. The best weapon you have when you're getting into buying a home that you have in your arsenal is the ability to collect information. Collect information about the property or the area your property is going to be in. To do that, you're going to go to a website called qpublic.schneidercorp.net. That's qpublic.schneidercorp.net. Now, what this is a repository of all the reporting counties and states that are using this software. And it gives you all the access to public records without you having to go down to the county sheriff's office. It's going to give you the information on the assessed value of the land, the assessed value of the property or structure that is on that land, what the area or homes in the area have sold for, what they have been purchased for. All of that information is in there. Who owns the property? This is particularly important when you're talking about single family rental corporations who are coming into neighborhoods buying properties at ridiculously high rates or prices as compared to any other sales in that area, thus driving your property taxes up. This is the beast that nobody's talking about. Now, in this particular example I'm showing you here, we can see that in 2019 there was a remodel done, but the sale of the property was $63,000. 2 years later, the seller clocked in $250,000 on one piece of property. Now, I don't know how much of that remodel was put into that house, but you can see that there was a tremendous amount of property being made. But what you don't see is what the effect of that remodel does to your property taxes around that house. Now, what also gets showcased on this page is the amount of remodels and when that remodel took place. Let's go ahead and take a look at 2021. You're only going to get 5 years of information on this current layout. But in 2020, it was $91,000 of the previous value. The land value was at 18 grand. Now, next year, land value only went up a couple $1,000, like two or three. and it's pretty much stayed consistent, but it has doubled since 2020 to 2024. The land value in itself has gone up almost 50% in those 4 years. That's a direct impact on what you're going to be paying in property taxes. Now, in the situations with our friend who bought the land and was getting taxed at just the land value, he's got an improvement value. They put in a remodel on this thing, and this is going to be similar to if you purchase a home to have it constructed there. Look at what it did. Home value total was 91,000. Remember that. It has doubled to 182,000 in improvements. You get accessory values that's actually gone down from 1,000 down to $960, went down by $40. But the net change, 91,000 to what the current value is today, damn near $250,000. Okay, Mr. Wizard, what do you do now that you got this information? Well, you show up at those assessment hearings. You go down to the assessor's office and see if it's actually jiving, because you know what your home is worth, and you know that that assessment may be a little high. This is going to cause you much money, cause you much worry. These things keep doubling and tripling in value, and if you're not intending on selling your home, as this individual probably did when he got double his money back, yeah, you have to pay attention to those things. Sometimes those valuations are just going to be off. They're not going to be based in facts, and you have to challenge them. Sometimes you're going to lose, just flat out. But you have to be aware of what's going on. Now, not saying that any of those individuals didn't know what was going on, because they did. This is just a part of that market that, on top of the inaffordability of today's mortgages and all the obstacles that's preventing you from becoming a homeowner and creating generational wealth, these are other factors. Now, with all that said, you're still facing that in an apartment. As you guys already know, apartment prices are way out of control. Yeah, you're paying $2,000 and $3,000 for a 3-bedroom house, unattached. But a 2-bedroom apartment in my neck of the woods is $2,300, $2,400 for a 1-bedroom. You get no equity. You get no tax write-off. You might get some conveniences, but honestly, equity is the great balancing act for me, and it's providing a direct impact to your personal net worth. There's no getting around that. So I'm not ever going to discourage anyone from buying a home. That is what you need to be doing, especially if you plan on being in an area for the long haul. It's just that when I see people and on these TikTok videos and they're talking about how stressed out they are, I don't see how that stress is going to be any different when you're in an apartment and the only thing you're getting out of paying this consecutive $28,000-$33,000 a year for that rent is more heartache and maybe somebody to come and unclog your drain. Nah, bro, the math ain't mathing. Let me know what you think in the comment section. This is why there are things you can do to try to mitigate some of these costs. You just have to do your research.